Hey guys, Lucky Cap Gaming here. Welcome to my official Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Man, this is the first time I'm booting up the game. Second time, actually. I recorded this once, and... well, not once, I didn't record an entire episode, but I kinda looked at this already. But I gotta say, this is the second time booting this up, and man, there is a lot of content here. I'm just telling you guys about this, because, like, you have the 20-minute playable demo that we saw in the box. There's also a special movie, whatever that is, and also a retrospective on the Legend of Zelda series. That is wacky. And also, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, and these two games as well, they managed to fit all of this in. If they had a Link to the Past and Awakening on this game, this would be like The Legend of Zelda, the story so far. This is an impressive lineup, besides Zelda 2. I mean, that game really didn't age well, but... you know, you could still have a little bit of fun with it, maybe, knock on wood. But, yeah, we're going to be jumping into The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And the game devs were nice enough to include the controls. Now, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, they definitely needed the controls explained because that was NES gaming, where they didn't exactly explain all that too well. And with the Nintendo 64 Zelda games, being Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, definitely do not need the explanations, because, like, we're gonna find out how to swing our sword, do actions, and whatnot in-game. Use the rumble feature. Now this is interesting. In The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, there was, on the Nintendo 64, you had the Stone of Agony, which was a special item which required the Nintendo 64 Rumble Pack to use. And by using the Rumble Pack, you could sense spots on the ground. What was annoying is that this was required, well, quote-unquote required, you could just look up a guide, but in the gameplay department, it kind of was required to find certain pieces of heart if you didn't want to just stumble around randomly. So, yes, we will use the rumble feature, and I just felt a vibration right there, confirming that it was working. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, reading the game disc. So, it's really impressive that they fit, like, the Nintendo 64 and NES games on this cartridge. Or this disc, actually. This disc. It's impressive that they fit all that on here. And from a developmental standpoint, it makes sense. Because I believe Animal Crossing came out before this. Maybe? Whoa! Whoa, man! I'm looking at these graphics. Man! The ground! I'm used to the Nintendo 64 version. Good golly, I mean, it's still polygonal, but look at that. That is smooth in comparison to the Nintendo 64 version. Now, I am in fact curious, did Animal Crossing on the Nintendo GameCube come out before this collection? Let's do some research. So, after conducting some research, I've made the discovery that Animal Crossing did in fact come out before The Legend of Zelda Ocarina, or The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Which makes sense, because in Animal Crossing, they actually had NES games stored in the game's code, because there were just playable NES games. Oh, man. it's kind of sad to see this file select so empty, because on the Nintendo 64 cartridge I had, there were 2 names. Let me check real quick. I put this in a Google document, fortunately. Now, these people, I know the first one was named Troy. It was just normal capitalization, capital T, lowercase r, o, y. And that file did not have any gameplay into it, which was very interesting. I was kind of curious about the story there. If it was like some man being drowned. No creepypastas here. But if it was just like the guy just forgot to save one day, just raged, and then never came back. If it was just that, like, they already had one complete save file, so they didn't feel like doing it again, but they just made an extra one anyways. Kind of interesting. And then there was the second file, which was Jody. Yes, Jody. Capital J, capital O, capital D, capital Y. And basically, Jody, I think, had completed what? I think that's an actual completing. Yeah, that's sure, let's roll with it. Completing. Well, yeah, they did the first 3 dungeons in the game. Speaking of which, it's going to be very... Okay, so, Breath of the Wild didn't let you name Link because of voiced cutscenes. However, I think in, like, every Zelda game prior, basically, that, not counting CDI games, those had voice acting, they basically all let you name Link. You can name him whatever you want. I could name him Lucky, but, you know, you gotta go classic. He's Link. Always has been, always will be. Whoa. Man, like, kind of wacky playing this with the GameCube controller. Definitely a lot more smoother than the Nintendo 64 controller. Might cause precision issues. Do keep in mind that I have completed it. I'm just gonna swip and swap. Yeah, that switch and swap. Swip? I'm just making up all sorts of new words. Oh my god, I've taken 8 minutes just fanboying over all this. In the vast deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own fairy guardian. Or guardian fairy, whatever. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces, even now, are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world depends upon thee. So, this is honestly a really fun cutscene. We get to watch Navi fly around. Wait. Okay, she does have voice lines. Because when she flew past that person sitting on top of the shop, I didn't hear her go, hello! Oh my god. And then she hits her head on the fence. I love that. It's such a precious detail. Just adding some charm. Because this game, like in the opening cutscene suggests, there's a lot... Well, it can get a little dark at times. Hello, Link. Wake up. The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up. Hey, come on. Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? Lazy boy furniture store. He just sits there on his bed, hands in his lap. You finally woke up. I'm Navi the Fairy. The Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. Okay. So, we're in Link's house right now, and one massive thing to note that's going to be quite interesting in this playthrough is that you have a C stick instead of C buttons. So, pressing up puts us in a first person, not first person, but it puts us in a different view. Got any games on your phone? But yeah, it's centered around this one stump table in Link's house. It's got some, like, food on the table. Interesting. This is Kokiri Forest. Yahoo! Hi, Link! Wahoo! Yahoo! It's me, Saria. Yeah, this is Saria. Let's see, if we press... Okay. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you. It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. Yeah, so this is Link's childhood friend, Saria. Link's house. And here we have an interesting look at some sort of... I guess Link must have drew this. He's fighting some sort of giant lizard creature. And also, there's some... Wait. Okay. Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Please come with me. There's also some sort of rock up in the sky. Interesting. There's some sort of rock up in the sky. You mean the sun? Or maybe the moon. Who knows? Let's go talk to some of our forest friends. A by the stone, pick it up. A by the stone, pick it up. Mean old Mido, he made me pick up the rocks in front of his house. Blimey, Link. I say. What did I just do? We just got a blue rupee that's worth 5 rupees. So let's go see the Great Deku Tree. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's the business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You've got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Nani? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mito? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and a shield ready? What? You're right, I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. Sheesh. So it seems we're going to be a little delayed in our arrival to the Great Deku Tree, despite the fact he said he's literally on his deathbed. So, good old Mito. Could also go into the... Hey, there's someone in the corner of the house. And we just got some more rupees. My sister took some rupees and went shopping at the store that has a red roof. Teehee. Speaking of rupees, a green one is worth 1, a blue one is worth 5, and a red one is worth 20. Hehe. And what she did not mention... come on, it's basic info. Is it, though? Is it basic info? I'll tell it to you anyways. It's that there's more rupees than just that. There's also a yellow rupee, which is worth 200. And I want to say there's also a purple one that's worth 50, but I could be remembering that wrong. So yeah, just me getting used to the GameCube controls here. Oh god. Oh, okay. So yeah, press... Okay, let me give you a quick rundown. So you press the left trigger to zoom, or like Z target. So this is the Z button now. The right trigger's probably gonna be shield, I'm guessing. And B is where our sword's going to go. Hee, you came all the way up here? You're a real man. Look, isn't this view pretty? Change your view with up so you can look around the forest with stick. Wow. Wow. Look at all those heads. Those, Link, are the faces of evil. So, we just got another blue rupee from that. Every time you load this area back in, you get an extra blue rupee. Very potent, I must say. So, this is the tutorial house right here. Let's see what's actually called. House of the Know-It-All Brothers. Those guys just tell you how to play the game. All there really is to it. Thrust attack signs. To thrust with your sword, tilt stick forward with... Tilt stick toward your target while L targeting, then use B. Oh my god, this is crazy. So yeah, it would probably say like Z targeting instead of L targeting. If you hold L as oh god, this is gonna take a lot of getting used to. This is the same game. It's just the controls are different, and they changed the text to respect that. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, let's read the sign. This was the whole of Z, I think. Yeah, this had to have been the whole of Z prior. But now it's the whole of L. Oh, I'm taking the L. Oh, good lord. So this is the whole of L. There's a reason they call this L. The camera's locked this way. Press L. And you'll look this way. Press L. Look. Oh! Okay, you'll look that way. There's a blue rupee here. Nice. Viewpoint with L targeting. When you have no object to look at, you can just look forward with L. Stop moving and then change the direction you are facing, or hold down L for a little while. This can help you get oriented in the direction you want to face. It's quite convenient. If you hold down L, you can walk sideways while facing up ahead. Walking sideways can be a very important technique in dungeon corridors. Turn around and try doing this right now. Right now. Nice. Okay, well, let's go. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Press A to roll. Ooh, now we just pulled an Indiana Jones there. Visit the House of the Know-It-All Brothers to get the answers to all your item-related questions. Let's open this thing up. What do we have inside? You got the Kokiri sword. On the equipment subscreen, select it with the cursor and equip it with A. This is a hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you can really fight. So let's go ahead, press start. Also, they changed the color of the buttons just to match. Okay, I will say though, it's a lot easier pressing start on this one for some reason. I guess because I'm more accustomed. I don't know why, honestly. So visiting all brothers. Let's give it a shot. So we hold out our sword, and Link has a special idle animation with the sword. Just flexes a little bit. So yeah, we can do really precise slashes, and it's really interesting to see these signs get like torn apart. So let's head back out this way. Enter. So I gotta say, I'm doing pretty decent so far. Oh, let's check in with this guy. Hey, let's work on some moves. To jump sideways while L targeting, press A as you move right or left. To do a backflip while L targeting, press A as you move backwards. To do a roll attack while L targeting, press A as you move forward. While you roll, you can avoid damage. If you have your sword ready while L targeting, you can do a jump attack by pressing A. A jump attack does double damage. You can use L targeting on the stone next to me, so let's practice. Now, on the topic of damage, we have the Kokiri sword. Kokiri sword is our basic damage index. It deals 1/4 damage. Like, I just made this up, honestly. I don't know if there's actually, like, damage calculators or whatever for this game, but yeah, you can basically deal 1/4 damage with a, let's see, it's normal slashes deal 1/4 damage. Doing a jumping slash attack, like I said, will deal double damage, which equals 1/2. Let's read this sign real quick before I accidentally cut it down or something. So yeah, it doesn't reward you for that because it just assumes you'll figure out what you can do. Thrust attack signs. So thrust with your sword, tilt stick forward toward your target while L targeting. They use B. So we got our sword out. Alright, we'll thrust it forward. And we did it. Nice. We cannot cut arrow signs. Interesting notation. And we check behind this house, and nothing. A little difficult getting over this slope, but oh well. No, nothing hidden back here. So let's jump across here. Hi, Link! Look this way! Look over here with L and talk to me with A. Yes, that's how you use a fairy. It's so great that you finally have a fairy partner. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. When a fairy flies near a person or thing, press L to look in that direction. If you use L targeting, you can talk to people from distance, like we're doing now. When you have nothing that you can target, you can press L just to look forward. Try it! Cool. Oh, shoot. I don't have enough for the shield, do I? 40 rupees. We're one short. For real? I could have just wandered into a bush and I would have got enough rubies. Oh well. Let's head in here and purchase our Deku Shield. Got Deku Shield. Switch to the equipment subscreen and select the shield. Press A to equip. Press R to crouch and defend. If you press R while L targeting, you can move while defending. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just realizing this. They call it L targeting, and it uses the L button. But there's a Z button on the GameCube controller. That, I mean, granted, if you did that, you'd have to use, like, your pointer finger to push it in, and then your index finger. That's just called the middle finger. That you use that to shield if that were the case. It's not, fortunately, because that's kind of a miserable setup. They made a good choice aligning it to the L button now. Let's talk to this Kokiri. This shop, it sells things you can get in the forest for free. Teehee? Do you know how to use the Deku Shield? Teehee? When you get the shield, press start to get into the subscreen. Select the equipment subscreen with L or R. On the equipment subscreen, choose the item you want to equip and press A to equip that item. Once you equip it, hold it up with R and change its angle with stick. Teehee? Yeah, speaking of sticks, we saw a Deku stick in that shop. And you could do some looking. Oh, we gotta equip it. Right. Be sure to equip your equipment. Nice. We're looking pretty burly. Oh, and if we look behind this house, there's a blue ruby. Yes, there is. And I think there's also one on top of the house somewhere, if I recall correctly. I know there's... I'm pretty sure there's one on top of the house. Like, right here, maybe? No? Oh, well. So let's check out this area right over here. This is the Lost Woods. So, there's something interesting that you can do, which, you know, I kind of have to show it off. It's kind of interesting, honestly. So, spoilers ahead if you want to keep this a surprise for yourself, but I'm going to show you guys a little secret. Now, in the game, they instruct you to go to a certain place. And that place, you can actually access quite early. In fact, you can access it as soon as you exit Link's house. I just figured I'd grab a sword and a shield, because, well, the game doesn't exactly expect you to be there. Welcome to the Sacred Forest Meadow, where we run into our unintentional first enemy. This is Wolfos. Draw it close to you and watch its movement carefully. Attack it when it drops its guard. Oh! Oh, right, I have to use the right trigger to use my shield. So I just want to briefly step into this location. Just to show off another new enemy. Mad Scrub. If you get close to it, it will hide in the grass. So yeah, we can take it down with one of those shots. Hey, we found a Deku Nut. Kind of bad time. We're in the middle of a battle. So yeah, those guys have 1/2 health, and I think the Wolfos have 1 health. But yeah, we really don't need to explore this place much further. There's really nothing we can do. Just a neat little oddity. Oh, good lord. Yeah, the fanboying at the beginning is definitely going to cost us. If you ever want to return directly to Force entrance, just go the wrong way. And I guess that's technically the right way in this instance, because it takes us right back to Kokiri Forest. I'd just like to wrap things up here before we make a move on to the Great Deku Tree. Right here is Mido's house. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if we, Navi's just like, you can't look. Blue rupee. Oh my god, that is really funny. Why does it do that? So what happens if I set it up like this? Yeah, Navi, like, hides in the corner. That is weird. Yeah, you can raid Mido's house and just get all of his, like, all of his belongings. So, yeah, that's most houses, but let's go check our friend Saria's house. And she just has hearts lying around. How sweet. Oh man, 3 rupees from that thing of grass. Very nice. Now let's go check in with Mido. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. And what's that? Oh, you have a Deku shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Yada yada. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot! How did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh? And with that, I think we'll be ending it off here. Next time on The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, we're heading to see the Great Deku Tree. See you guys then.